streaming. Okay.
Streaming.
Yep, okay. Can you see anything on YouTube now? Because I have it on my phone and it's just...
Yes.
Okay, good.
That. Yeah, I can see it.
Sorry, yeah. So, if anyone's confused, I was talking to Backset in the chat before I started this stream, and I'm just trying to check if it worked. But anyway, greetings, denizens of the internet. You can call me Nitro Indigo, and welcome to the 4th riveting stream of Monster Sanctuary. In the last episode, we made our way through the Stronghold dungeon, and Will lost his familiar. And in this episode, we're going to the Ancient Woods. I could wait for people to join, but then I'd never get this started, so let's dig in. First of all, maybe I should make some changes to my team, or maybe I should just wait until cross average when I get there. Oh, and also just checking how much money I have. I might get some food, which is like food, but pronounced funny, and it kind of sounds like fund now that I think about it.
You want me to ping everybody with the watcher roll in the Discord?
No, I've already
like
done
stream
that.
Started?
Yeah,
no, you pinged them for stream starts in 14 minutes.
Well, I'm sure they would have noticed by now.
Yeah.
Anyway, but also to anyone who's...
Some people are forgetful, like me.
Does my voice have a lot of reverb on it? Because it did last stream and I don't know exactly why, but I think it might have had something to do with my OBS settings, so I've changed them. But that's just a hypothesis. A game hypothesis.
Kill me.
Honestly, I just associate the word hypothesis with dinosaur train now. So the fastest way to get where I want to go isn't actually using the teleport stone, it's actually just walking directly through here. See, I always like having a monster that can fly following me so I can jump higher. I like jumping in games a lot, like I've been playing Pokemon Violet again, trying to finish the Indigo Disc. I finally beat my first member of the BB Elite Four. It was Drayton. And now whenever I look at him, I just think of that time in my Discord server where I said that I just associate the name Drayton with Drayton Manor, which is a theme park. And then Tessellating Hexagon said that something about an important part of the plot is Drayton's manners.
Sorry I muted myself for a minute. I had to have a conversation with real life people that exist.
Sorry about that. I was just talking about Drayton from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
No, that's fine. I like Drayton. He's my favorite character in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I'm sorry, Nimona. You've been knocked down.
I'm not really sure who my favourite is. I guess Arven, because he has like the biggest, most development, but it's been a while since I've played the main story, so... Also, that reminds me once I was out in public and I heard in a shop called Greg's, which is basically they sell like pastries and they never throw anything out. So that's interesting, and I was having lunch there, and they were playing Celestial by Ed Sheeran on the radio. That was a bit surprising.
That sounds surreal.
Yeah. I mean, it's better than Capital FM,
If I enter the shop,
which is another radio station that seems to have a grand total of 4 songs they play. This one to the tune of Gangster's Paradise, which I associate with a Tumblr blog with a speculative evolution project called Hamster's Paradise, one that sounds like Blue by Eiffel 65, Stick Season, and one that goes like, bleeding me dry like a goddamn vampire. I don't actually know the rest of the words, but because that's the only part I ever pay attention to. It's like, when I was younger, they wouldn't stop playing this song called oh gosh, song called like Candy, I think it was by Robbie Williams or something, not to be confused with Robin Williams. It was basically, the chorus goes, hey, oh, here she goes, got a little too high and a little too low, with a hurricane in the back of her throat, she thinks she's made of candy, and I just got sick of hearing it. And bear in mind, when I was younger,
you're good.
I was not very aware of the passage of time, so it felt like months, even though it was probably only like a week.
I remember when I was a kid, I was different. I didn't like all of the music all the other kids liked. And now that I'm an adult, I still don't. Like, no, I was right. The music that all the other kids like sucked.
Oh, when I was in primary school, especially towards the end, most of my classmates, specifically the girls, were obsessed with One Direction, and I didn't mind listening to their songs, but I didn't like squee over them. And once someone came as Harry Styles to World Book Day because there was some like tie-in book for One Direction, seems a bit tenuous.
One Direction, if it had been a thing like a few years ago, not a few years ago, a while back, it would have its own cartoon.
Oh, hello, Ketches. I didn't. I only just noticed your comments. Sorry about that. I don't know who Olivia Rodrigo is. I assume she's a singer from the context, and I should also probably get another monster that has water attacks in my team. Cause...
One Direction is not K-pop. I am sorry, it is an American boy band.
Wait, who said that One Direction was K-pop? I don't see comments.
Patches, they're the only one in the chat.
Oh yeah, but I don't see that.
I am paying attention.
Oh. Oh wait, I can see now they just weren't updating. I don't know.
Worry not, I can keep tabs on things.
Honestly, the only K-pop bands I know of are like Psy and BTS or whatever it's called, the one that was really popular a few years ago. I don't really listen to K-pop.
Yeah. Neither do I. I don't really listen to music in general, though.
Yeah, I don't really listen to like vocal music. I only listen to video game soundtracks because I'm a nerd. Well, unless the vocal songs are from video games.
Shout out to my friend who, when I was like, I don't like a lot, who when I was talking about how, I'm not really a music guy, told me that I was the flavor of sawdust.
So specific. I also think I'll use
like dusty video game shelves and sawdust, and it's like, you know what? Fair.
I don't really know what to say because I don't really know that much about music either, to be honest. Like, sometimes I get ideas for songs, but I just don't really know music theory. Like, I did have a passing interest in music at one point because I used to try making video game remixes, as people who've watched my channel for a long time might know, but I've unlisted most of them now because they were terrible. But, that's potion, that's cool. Oh!
I actually do know what sawdust tastes like.
Oh yeah, I've smelled sawdust.
Not of my own free will, it was an accident.
I think I can get...
it tastes like it smells.
Yeah. Oh, I also got a skill potion which gives a monster 1 extra skill point. Who should I use it on?
I don't know.
Also, I just noticed...
I don't know why I pronounced it that way.
Oh, I just noticed the YouTube comment, in one of chat, Ketch's comment, YouTube, why do you suck, was hidden, but I've unhidden it now.
I know because I used to take woodshop when I was in elementary school.
Oh gosh, that reminds me of DT or design technology or resistant materials in high school. That was one of my least favourite subjects, partly because I had a teacher who just shouted at everyone, and partly because it was actually physically painful. Have you ever tried cutting aluminium or aluminum with an arc saw?
No, I've not.
I'm gonna use it on the skill potion on Lion because basically an arc saw is a really thin saw that's attached to sort of arch shape, and they get hot really easily, like when you're doing something that creates a lot of friction, and they also break really easily, and cutting through metal is really hard. And what's worse is that when I was in high school, for most of it anyway, Food Tech and DT did this shared a slot, so like for half the year you do one and half the year you do the other. Also,
I remember that. We used to do that stuff when I was in.
Also, this room is really annoying. There's several parts in the game where you have to jump on.
Oh, the stream is buffering. Oh, jeez.
Oh.
That's concerning.
Maybe it's something on your
Oh,
end.
it's buffering for me. I don't know if it's buffering for everyone.
Oh, also, Catches, since you're the only person who's actively in the chat, do I have
Reblog.
reverb on my voice? Also, we got some level badges, which is the alternative to grinding.
Catcher says no.
Oh, good. That's good to know. It means I did something right.
I love doing things right. No, it wants you to update it because it wants to get all your data.
Oh yeah, I've got Windows 10 on my computer and I still haven't gotten a prompt to update to Windows 11. Is that a blessing in disguise? I mean, sometimes my computer, every now and again, when I log on, it just gives me the "we'd like to set up your account" thing, and I don't know why. Come on.
It's probably because you haven't activated, like, two-factor identification or something.
Oh, probably. Or because I don't use OneDrive. Because I use Google
I don't.
Drive
My
instead.
OneDrive is full, and it gets mad at me for that.
Yeah. The reason I use Google Drive is because it turns out you have to pay for the Microsoft Office stuff. But OneDrive is free. The only cost is that Google is terrible to navigate because all the top results are sponsored. Welcome to the information age, kid. Oh gosh, now I've only got one monster that has fire attacks. I don't know what.
How do you even describe?
I am not good at spreading these out.
Great. Brain's braining today.
Also, I'll soon be getting to the point where we can rename monsters, so if you have any name suggestions for the Tengu or the... there's some others that... Tengu or Toxicus or... actually no, that's just those. Or the Frosty, let me know in the chat.
Oh boy, you've opened a floodgate, I think.
Yeah, Ketchy says they have a ton.
The only person in the chat. I'm trying to promote this as much as possible. I promise.
I mean, I'm not expecting you to get ultra mega popular anyway. Although the only streamer I really actively watch the live streams of right now is Dapper Dinosaur. Although I don't normally watch them live because I usually am asleep. But I usually watch the VODs, or whatever you call them, the recordings, them after the fact.
It'd be like that.
Oh yeah, Mole Bear. I like Mole Bear. I used it in my first playthrough, but it kind of ended up being outclassed by another monster that fulfills a similar role.
Mole Bear.
Oh.
Welcome to, you know, that Mole Bear is an avatar character for sure,
I'm
creature
not
for
sure
sure, like Last Airbender.
What a gilded channel is, but I appreciate you promoting this, Ketches. And I know in Avatar: The Last Airbender there are badger moles and turtle ducks and
Yeah,
penguins with
there are
four feathers.
all of the animals in Avatar: The Last Airbender are hybrid creatures,
Which begs the
except for one, which is just a bear, and everybody, like, that's the joke, is nobody knows what it is, just a bear.
But like, the kind of was confusing me because like, if all the animals are hybrids, why are their names just two real animals stuck together? That doesn't really make much sense. Like, where would they get the points of reference from?
It's funny.
Also dragons.
You kinda gotta spend your disbelief a bit there.
Okay, Gilded is a Discord clone. It's funny because I think internally on Discord's like API, the server's called Guilds because this is secretly an MMO. Although I don't think I've ever played an
I have
MMO
no
with
idea.
guilds in it. Although the MMOs I've played are literally like Club Penguin, Bin Weevils, Build a Bear Workshop MMO that I can't remember the name of, Feral, and Temtem.
There was a Build-A-Bear Workshop MMO?
Yeah, it was a bit of a baby MMO, and it kind of stopped working on my computer for a while, as in the character models wouldn't load. But it exists.
Incredible. Did you ever do Webkins? Do you remember that?
No, but I did try using the Littlest Pet Shop thing like Webkins, that was like Webkins, although not much. And the Build-A-Bear MMO thing was kind of like Webkins as well, because you could register bears that you bought on there. Also, we can't do anything with these purple vines yet. My voice is running out, so let me just have a drink.
Understandable. I should probably get water, but I'm not going to.
And also, while I was falling, I noticed this. It's a crack. One thing I found really... Have I told you this before? Like, when I first played the Minish Cap, I got stuck on this part early on in the game because I didn't realise there was an invisible bombable wall. Also, we can't get up there yet. So
Catches, I never played Animal Jam, but I do remember it. Like, I remember when it was a thing.
I never played Animal Jam either. I knew that it was quite popular on Chicken Smoothie, because that's a website I used a lot when I was a wee bean sprout.
Early internet sites always had fun names.
And nowadays everything's too
corporate. Animal Jam is just like, hey, are you a furry? No? Do you want to be?
See, for some reason when I know Animal Jam was another baby's first MMO, but honestly when I think of it, I just think of this like game that you could download from the CBBC website. I don't know if it's still there, which is based on a show called Raw, which is about zoos, and it's basically like a baby's first zoo tycoon.
Whenever I think of Animal Jam, I'm like, okay, so it's like Club Penguin.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Club Penguin. I played that sometimes when I was a kid, but I didn't really like it that much because it was just sort of bland.
I never had an account, I don't think.
Especially if you didn't have a membership. But I did have.
There used to be a time when. Sorry.
I used to have a Club Penguin choose your own adventure book where a penguin body swapped.
I had one.
Puffle.
I had one of those. Used to be a time in which they didn't, like, websites, they'd ask for your email, but they wouldn't send you a confirmation email. So, like, I would always use the same fake email when I was in middle school. I don't remember the whole thing. I think it was like dude@cool.com, and that always worked. So I was just using some guy's email.
I used to ask my parents if I could use their email because I was a good law-abiding citizen. Oh, I've looped back and I didn't even realise it. I thought there would be an extra.
I was not a good law-abiding citizen.
Pardon? And I have no idea what I'm doing.
But I also remember, you'd go online and you'd go like, you'd find those emulators, but like that you didn't download the emulator. The emulator was on the site. So I kept replaying the beginning of Minish Cap.
Oh, I think you might have mentioned this before. I'm not sure if it's in the Discord or.
Oh yeah, I did mention this before. I don't know why I'm mentioning it again. Okay. I'm getting nostalgic and distracted, so I'm repeating myself.
Oh, what do you love, Catches? Because I remember I used to play loads of browser games when I was little, especially ones on mini clips, especially ones by Nitro.
I was always a cool math games girly.
Never heard of that.
God, really? Got cool math games like the shit back in the day with like all the little middle schoolers.
Honestly, I think like a couple of online games.
I guess it just wasn't really a British thing.
Okay. No, I do remember playing some like online games. Like on the CBeebies website, there was this Charlie and Lola Time game, which was a popular series of books that got adapted into a cartoon, where you could paint butterflies. And I like butterflies. And there was another one on the CBBC website where you had to run a clubhouse to be able to make sure the neighbours didn't shut it down for noise complaints. I really liked that one.
That's actually really funny.
And I think there was this other platform.
Homeowners Association Simulator.
Some like Doctor Who platformer thing where you got to either use a sonic screwdriver or a sonic lipstick.
Oh no, that one I remember. Okay. I was like, finally, something I remember.
I wouldn't have expected you to remember, because BBC is a British website.
Wait, no, that's not what I'm remembering. I'm remembering a while back when Google did one of their special, unique logo things.
Oh, the Google Doodles. They do seem to
Your
do
school
every
blocked
day.
cool math games? Dude!
What about cool math games? Oh, there's also the build.
It's just school blocked cool math games. Like, I've never seen a school do that.
Oh,
That's like the one
yeah,
thing,
schools.
like, they only...
School filters are really weird. I remember in high school, for some reason the computer blocked Wiktionary because it contained body piercings and tattoos, and I have no idea what would cause that because Wikipedia doesn't run adverts for one.
I mean, presumably they have articles on those.
Yeah, but it doesn't block actual Wikipedia, but it did block the background image of Wikipedia, which made it look really weird because everything was like trying to like revert to the default like Arial Times New Roman font and all that.
I mean, this isn't a new thing. They can do that. They block sites. They've been blocking sites since I was little. But like, I've never seen them block cool math games specifically. That was one of those things where it's like it tricks teachers into letting you use it because it has math in the title.
Oh, and now I've just.
I guess they got wise to that.
And now I've just gone in a complete circle, and I won't. And so that's a bit awkward. We still can't do anything about the.
Oh no!
I swear, I normally know what I'm doing in this game. I'm just a bit tired today. I also remember a different game on the CBBC website where it was.
At least they didn't have to do that puzzle again.
Go back in time and get chased by a dinosaur, and there's a gag in the opening where you bump into the TARDIS.
Oh yeah! Oh god, all those unblocked game sites. It's like there were like 50 million variants of those.
At primary school,
and then they get blocked, so I guess they lied.
There were some computers in like a corridor type, not corridor, like a bit just outside the classrooms. It wasn't a very big school. That had, and they didn't seem to have any filters on them because I remember watching people play Happy Wheels. That was how I first learned about it. And if you don't know, Happy Wheels is this racing game with a level editor and ragdoll physics where people get horribly mutilated.
God, there was that. I remember Happy Wheels. No, not a single kid in my that's like what I wasn't traumatized by that at all. Oddly enough,
yeah, kids seem to like.
I was fine watching that.
Shocking things, but then when you get older, you start actually thinking through them, and you don't. Or at least that's how I am, anyway. I'm not a child psychologist though, so I don't really know why children.
You do remember Kick the Buddy, yes.
Appealing, or like the horrible.
I remember like all the old App Store games.
Or like how in the horrible fact book series, like Horrible Histories is the most well-known one, where like they focus on a lot of like gross facts.
Yeah, kids like gross things.
But you taste change when you get older.
Boys like gross things. Girls obviously faint when they see blood. You know, as we all know. As cartoons tell us.
Okay.
God. Stereotypes! Hooray!
So now I'm just reminded of this scene in Animorphs book where Marco, who's one of the main characters, like keeps joking about how girls are scared of, you can tell someone's a girl even if they're a different species because they're scared of things, and then Cassie, who's another one of the main characters, throws a snake at him and he screams.
Good for her. Good for her. Animorphs, I couldn't read Animorphs because the opening where they like act like the invasion is real fucked me up as a kid. I was like, oh god, this is real. I'm terrified now.
Also, I'm trying to get up there and I can never remember how I'm supposed to do this. Oh wait, no, because you have to get the yellow bits. Oh yeah, this is a really annoying part of the game. So I need to get all that blue one off. I always struggle with this puzzle no matter how many times I play this game. It's very convoluted and you can't see the whole thing at once. And I need to turn off one of the lasers. Why are there lasers in this medieval fantasy forest anyway? Who popped them there?
I don't know. There was that like precursor society. Maybe they had advanced tech.
Okay. Oh wait, I've gotten through this without even realising. Oh gosh, now I have to untick a blue one again.
You gotta do the speedrun glitch where you glitch through the walls.
Oh gosh, now I'll have to do like... now I'll have to do this all over again because this is really confusing and I don't... Or maybe I'll just have to go to this blue one. And... oh, no, not that one.
Yeah.
Oh.
That reminds me, I'm kicking myself because what I should have done when you asked me, hey, is there any cover you want to cover in the Don't Judge a Book by its cover series? Yeah, what I should have said is, because I realized afterwards that to celebrate the TV show coming out, they redid the covers for the original 5 Percy Jackson books.
Okay, I think I've seen those.
So I was like, I should have been like, let's compare those, but I was stupid and forgot.
Oh well. I read a bit. I read the first bit, also the Lightning Thief. I just never really got into it, and I'm not sure why. I just didn't.
But Percy Jackson was and is my life.
I procrastinated on books a lot when I was a teenager. And oh my gosh, I still can't remember how to do this.
Yeah, it's like there's... I don't read as much as I used to. It's sad.
Oh yeah.
Like, back when I was a kid, it was like, I'm gonna read a single book in, like, a day.
I don't procrastinate on books as much as I used to now, but that's mainly because I've just got I got rid of a lot of books I just haven't got around to reading in years.
That is, you're thinking of J.K. Rowling.
No, I'm not. I'm thinking of, like, Lawrence St. John books.
No, I'm talking to Catching.
Oh.
I'm talking to Catches, not...
Not Rick I love Rick Riordan, not Rick Riordan, though. Also,
no.
I think...
Rick Riordan is actually a great guy. Like, you're not thinking of him.
Although I don't think she's thinking... No, not she. I don't know what Ketch's gender is. I don't think Ketch is thinking of J.K. Rowling either, because I wouldn't describe her as Zionist. In fact, I've seen, like, the opposite. People accuse her of being anti-Semitic. Is it Zionist or Zionist? I don't know. Pronunciation.
Let's just not talk about this before we get cancelled.
Yeah.
There is a reason that I only refer to them as the book series that should not be named. Which I realize is ironic, but...
It's Macbeth, but for books. You know, honestly, sometimes I wonder if, like, in the distant future, Harry Potter will become a case story of what not to do when you're famous.
I think Harry Potter should become a case story of what not to do when you write a book. Not a very good book. Oh, God. Wait. Oh, no, this makes me sad. Catches, you don't... Are they not teaching Shakespeare in school anymore?
Okay, Catches.
Or maybe they just don't teach Macbeth.
If you don't know, Macbeth is a Shakespeare play, and there's an old superstition that you're not supposed to say the name of it in theatres, so people call it the Scottish play instead.
Yeah, Shakespeare is one of those things where you can't really read it. You have to watch it, otherwise it kills you.
Oh my gosh, I have been stuck on this for far longer than I normally would be. Why is this game so hard?
And also, Romeo and Juliet is not his best work. I don't know why it's famous.
Oh yeah, I had to do Romeo and Juliet in school, and I just hated it because it just seemed the way I didn't really like learning about Shakespeare at school because the way they taught it just seemed to drag on forever. And Hamlet as well. I did that in year 13. And like, I missed a few days a year.
Romeo and Juliet is just... I'm like...
Finally, we've gone through this.
How do I explain this? Hooray! With Romeo and Juliet, it's like, I actually... When it comes to miscommunications in fiction, like, sometimes I think it does work, because humans are really bad at communication. But also, Romeo and Juliet is just absurd.
I think I've seen people say that, like, the whole point of Romeo and Juliet is it's supposed to be sort of like a twisted parody of cheesy romance. But I'm not. I read that like once, and I'm not really sure if that's true.
Sounds kind of.
Oh gosh, I'm stuck again. I'm stuck again. Look closely, you.
No!
This is really annoying.
We don't speak of the no movie version of it.
Oh yeah, I watched Romeo and Juliet a few times. I don't think I have
It's
it
not.
anymore.
We speak not of it. I had a movie that irrationally frightened me as a kid. I don't remember what it was though.
Didn't everyone? Oh yeah, there's actually a few movies that scare me, but what I'd like to talk about is the Inspector Gadget movie, which starts with him getting like blown up, and I'd completely forgotten about it until I saw Tom Scar's video where he ranks every use of All-Star in a movie.
Oh god, I never saw it, but I remember I watched a review of it, and it's like, it's so funny how they tried to take Inspector freaking Gadget.
Yeah, I think there was a trend of making live-action movies based on old cartoons, because there was Alvin and the Chipmunks and a Woody Woodpecker movie that I only know about because of I Hate Everything.
I mean, in like Inspector Gadget's defense, at least it didn't like have a cartoon character existing next to a live-action character.
Oh, also, I remember I watched Shark Boy and Lava Girl when I was little. I don't remember what my opinion of it was, but I do remember thinking, except that I thought Mr. Electric was really funny for some reason.
One of my favorite movies because of how stupid it is.
I watched a lot of movies as a kid that are nostalgia critic reviewed, like Care Bears 2, Thomas and the Magic Railroad, Turbo Power Rangers movie, Fern Gully. There might be more that I've
We just pretend in this house we can pretend the nostalgia critic never happened.
Oh yeah, I might have said this before, but I just could never get into nostalgia critic reviews. Like, I've watched some and they just go in one ear and out the other. Except the Food Fight review. I remember that bit in the middle where he just screams about about all his sins, because he gets terrified by that really badly animated human. Also, we're finally at the place where we can rename monsters. So, Ketches, do you have any name ideas? Individual monster's name is important for a successful bond between keeper and monster. That's a terrible old woman voice. I'm so sorry. If you like, I can change
Sounds like an old man.
monster's nicknames. It will still obey when you call it by its new name, because this isn't Pokemon and there's no limits to renaming things. Oh, that reminds me of when I first played Pokemon. I didn't realise that Name Rater was just a way to rename your Pokemon. I thought it was like literally rating a Pokemon's name. It was a bit of a confusing way to present it. I'm doing Frosty first because Ketch has mentioned that first. Mr. Electric. It doesn't.
Mr. Electric.
It's not electric
Goddamn.
though.
Mr. Electric, send him to the principal's office and get him expelled.
Okay, I'm just going to call it that because it's funny though. This is going to be completely incomprehensible. And let's see what else is unnamed. There's the Tox. Actually, did I name the Tanuki's Mario? There was the Frosty, the Toxicus, and I can't think of another one.
There may be a second person watching, according to.
Next, there's the Toxicus. I never knew how you're supposed to pronounce the two U's in a row in like Equus. Is it just Equus or something else?
Name it Discord.
Equius Zahak. Who's that? Because Ketchu's name mentioned naming it Equius. Also, Discord is a Draconicus, thank you very much. Also, do you like My Little Pony back set? I can't remember if you've ever talked about it. Oh, Poster.
Why do you do this to us?
I read a bit of it. Oh, and finally...
yes, I used to be a brony.
Yeah, finally, there's the Tengu.
Yeah, I used to be a brony, but it's not that I don't like the show anymore. It's just that I kind of fell off.
Yeah, I got bored of the show for a while as well, and I haven't really been keeping up with Tell Your Tale because I just can't be bothered to watch it.
I mean, the new one isn't really all that good. I hear.
Most of what I know about Homestuck is what the trolls look like, because I remember when it was at the height of its popularity.
Don't name it Car Cat. That's another Homestuck thing.
They were everywhere on Chicken Smoothie, and people deliberately typing in the weird ways the trolls typed. And I also know that they're like, they created the universe and they have really weird sexes or something.
There's what was I gonna say? Oh, I make jokes about like, you know, Homestuck, it's horrifying, but like, no, I just don't want to. I just can't get into Homestuck because it like has nothing for me. Like, there's nothing in it that catches my interest.
It's kind of like this.
It's the same thing with Undertale.
That's kind of how I feel about the Locked Tomb, because I see people talk about how it's like the most like lesbianist thing to ever lesbian, which is fine, but I'm not the target audience for that.
I didn't hear you. What are you, huh?
The Locked Tomb. I said it was...
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's a series of books about necromancers in space, and the main characters are lesbians. People gush about its portrayal of gender and sexuality enough, but honestly, I'm not the target audience for that. But if you are, that's fine.
I need to,
See, like...
I think I need... well, I know I have a goal to attain. Outdoing that.
Also, Ketch just mentioned Undertale in the chat, and you just did as well. Like, I got into I first heard of Undertale because Lucky sent me the X and the Let's Play of it, but I never finished watching the Let's Play and just absorbed knowledge of it from other places. Okay, Old Man's a good name for the Tengu.
This is like completely unrelated, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't think most people here care. But like, so I have this headcanon that all of Penny's evolutions are named after computer scientists, except for one that's named after a Homestuck character, much to her great shame and embarrassment.
Honestly, I feel
like she's chronically online enough, she would be a Homestuck fan back when it was popular.
Although honestly, like, considering when Scarlet and Violet takes place, would you be old enough to remember Homestuck? Yeah, I love you. Yeah, anyway, this lady will let the
Patches is... they're in middle school, so... Okay. Like, Penny is definitely older than that.
Anyway, basically, here at the Tree of Evolution, we can evolve monsters. She gave us a free item called the River Clay, which we can't do anything with yet, but we can do something here, and that is evolve Caterpillar. But should we?
Homestuck ended in 2016.
Okay. In this game, evolutions are more like side grades, so like Magma Pillar evolves into Magma Moth, which we've already seen, and it's not as defensive, it's more of a critical hit attacker. But I'm not sure if that would really suit our team at this point in the game.
You just keep going, I'm gonna get myself some water.
And again, it wouldn't hurt to have some more wind attacks, and Frosty already also sets up shields, so what do you think? Also, if you heard a weird sound, that was me drinking water. Because my voice is getting a bit worn out from all this talking. Actually, let's just have a look at Magmoth in the Monster Journal first, because I think it shows their stats. This is Magna Pillar. Oh yeah, also evolutions aren't next to each other, but you can
returned with water.
Okay then. Let's see, we can see their stats here, but it's for some reason they're above Magma Pillar but below Magmoth. I never noticed this before, but you can see Magmoth has more attack, but less mana and about the same.
Maybe, I think there's just like slightly less room to put it up there. With the way it's positioned.
I know, it's a bit of a weird way of doing things. Also, Glowfly's cute, and I don't remember encountering it here, but it's found in this area, so it doesn't really matter.
Glowfly, aerial insect. Magma moth, also aerial insect. Bio. Oh, you're on a... Ah, yes. Oh, there's no bio. Oh, well.
I might have said this before,
Bio,
the
question mark.
descriptions and the monsters' names do have significance, but we won't be able to... But that won't come up for a while, so... It involves mechanics we haven't seen yet. Oh, you look Magma.
Look at these long-ass descriptions. It's like... the Mon Journal, which is like, what if the Pokédex was long.
Oh, are you talking about? Oh yeah, for some reason I thought from memory you were talking about the expanded Pokédex project on TV tropes or something.
I remember. I used to like. It's been. I think it's been a while since anybody's done anything with that. And like I've written a few articles for it.
I don't think I haven't really touched that because it seems like a really big project that seems like out of my. It just seems like I don't want to get involved with because I don't want to step on people's toes. But I used to feel that about the trope pantheons as well, and now I contribute to it. Anyway, but.
Yeah, no. My thing is, yeah, it's like there's a whole system of like claiming things. And like you gotta like claiming an article ahead of time, and if somebody doesn't do it long enough, it's like, well, it's basically forfeit if they don't respond. If we ask them and they don't respond.
Oh, isn't that kind of how the Complete
And-
Monster and Magnificent Bastard cleanups work as well? Or at least they used to, and then they had to change
Eh,
it. I don't really go on those
no
things
idea.
because I just feel like I wouldn't enjoy them.
Oh no, that sounds completely unenjoyable. But like, what was I gonna say? Like nobody really steps on anyone else's toes. And like, you know, I make a lot.
Okay.
Well, I've made some pages for it. It's speculative biology. It's fun. Some of them are better than others.
Okay. That reminds me, I wrote a Temtem fanfic, which I haven't touched in ages, where basically I just sort of like, it's basically sort of like a mini a series of like short nature documentary bits, and whenever I wrote them, I always read them in my head in a David Attenborough voice.
The only correct way to read them.
I just got bored of Temtem, so I haven't touched it in ages. Also, like, I'm glad, like I said, I'm glad you have like some favourite monster designs. I do have some favourite monsters in this game, but it's more so due to gameplay than the design. But we haven't really come across most of them yet, so. Also, oh my gosh, why is Rocky so weak? Why can't you be Rocky from Power Rangers or Rocky the Breakdown Crane? Also, we've got a Druid Oak, and I kind of want to. I kind of want to name one Pumpkin because they look like pumpkins. Although apparently originally jack-o'-lanterns were carved into turnips in the ancient times.
In the ancient times. Oh god, where?
Also, I think Pumpkin has like similar, like it learns the same type elements as the Blob, but I like it more. But this team has been very support heavy so far. Maybe I need some more attackers, so maybe I will evolve Caterpillar after all.
I've never had a turnip.
Neither have I, but they were. Reminds me of like this advert for insurance from a couple of years ago that was predicting all the weird, crazy stuff that would happen that year, and one of them was that all food would become too expensive except for turnips, so people would just start putting turnips in everything. And people in a cafe with like turnip-themed coffee. I wish I could remember what it was.
I remember seeing a joke. What was it? There was a joke like turnips are the new economy in something.
Hey. Also, I've never had curry pumpkin catches, or can't even remember if I've ever eaten.
I hate everything with pumpkin in it.
Also, like, I might mention this already, but we have the ability, Caterpillar, the Magma Moth now, can stack burn multiple times, and this is an aura, which means it affects all the monsters in your party who are currently active in your party. Inactive monsters don't count for anything, but they matter in our hearts.
They matter in our hearts. They'll always be with us in spirit.
Gosh, I'm just reminded of a SpongeBob episode. I'm sorry I keep going off on weird tangents. Where, like,
This is literally the point of streams.
where
Going off on weird tangents.
Bob has a dream where he sees this anthropomorphic Krabby Patty, and then at the end it says, "I'll always be with you here," and he points to SpongeBob's chest, and SpongeBob says, "In my heart? No." And then the Krabby Patty says, "No, in your arteries."
I could never get into SpongeBob.
I haven't watched it for a long time.
But I just didn't watch a lot of Nickelodeon when I was a kid. It was
Oh, I did.
always Cartoon Network and Disney Channel and Disney XD.
Oh yeah, for me it was like all of those channels, and also CBBC and ITV, and no, CITV. which aired Horrid Henry all the time. Oh, and there's also Tiny Pop and Pop, but for some reason Tiny Pop was restricted to cities a few years ago, which was kind of annoying because it was the only channel My Little Pony Friendship is Magic airs on now, and they used to air it on normal Pop as well, but then they stopped. Oh, and there was also Milkshake on Channel 5, but that's for babies, so...
Oh, yeah.
I think that's where they aired...
Yeah, I was, no. I'm American, so I got the hub. And the network Hasbro actually owned.
Oh yeah, like for a long time I didn't know where I could watch Friendship is Magic in the UK because, well, I didn't know what channel it was on. Hasbro is terrible at releasing stuff in the UK. Like, I've never seen any Power Rangers merchandise in shops since they bought it, or before they bought it, because Power Rangers in general has no presence in the UK. And they've only never had past season 5 of My Little Pony Friendship with Magic on Netflix, and currently it's only season 1. I'm not sure about their other properties.
I mean, actually, they don't have any of Friendship is Magic on US Netflix, so...
Oh yeah, and I don't think they've ever officially released season 9 anywhere. It's like they want people to pirate it.
You know, there's, like, obviously, like, there's a lot of problems with streaming services that people complain about. And it's like, they're valid, but also, I cannot go back to cable. It's, like, more expensive, and it's like, it's still a subscription, but it's more expensive, and you're paying, and you can't control where,
Oh, you remember Paw Patrol?
You can't control what you watch.
You said if anyone remember Paw Patrol, but you said that like it's ended, but I think it's still ongoing. I see merchandise for it everywhere. Oh, I think The Office is on Netflix in the UK, but I'm not sure. It might not. I don't know where you live in America.
I mean, you guys have a different version of The Office from us.
No, but I think there's both versions of The Office because my brothers watched the American one.
So let's just not discuss Paw Patrol for my own sanity.
See, there's also Peppa Pig merchandise everywhere. And then there was a game, there was a Peppa Pig game released a few months ago called My Friend Peppa Pig that seems to have been a bit of a trend because both a Sims YouTuber and a YouTube pooper did videos about it. The former did a live stream on Twitch or something.
Well, you know, it gets clicks. Look at me, I'm playing the Peppa Pig game. I'm playing the baby game. Let's all make fun of it together.
And actually, the only part, like, specifically that live stream was by Little Simsy, and like, all I've seen of it is like a highlight, is like a YouTube short clip of it where, like, they have a memorial for Queen Elizabeth II in there because she's a character in the game, and then like Little Simsy's is like, what? Did Peppa Pig kill the Queen?
Peppa Pig killed the Queen. Canon. Yeah, I have ADHD, and YouTube Shorts I hate them. But, you know, I've also...
YouTube Shorts, I watch pet videos, and also this one guy who talks about Pokemon designs. Do you think every website is still
most of, like, YouTube Shorts...
So if websites stopped trying to...
Like, sometimes I watch the skits.
Also, are all websites still trying to be like TikTok, or is it just that all the websites that want to be like TikTok have already become TikTok? Because YouTube Shorts seemed very clearly like an attempt to cash in on TikTok, which was the biggest website in the world at one point. I don't know if it still is.
I have no idea.
2, 3, 4 sets of goblin ears. That should be enough for at least 2 more elixirs. Is it elixir or elixir? It's another one of those alchemists.
Elixir.
And it's the one we saw in the Blue Caves. He's got to be the one who angered the goblins. Huh? Another one of you? No, you are the same one as the one before, aren't you? Because I can grammar. Yes, don't deny it. You are the one who...
Man, this guy's got a...
And they used quite a fine elixir on that one to turn it. Darn, Monster Keepers, you're all just simpletons. I can't keep a consistent voice for this guy. No eye for the bigger picture at all. Monsters aren't your friends. You pretend to be their guardians even though you're actually their jailers. And for what purpose? Just for this illusion of peace and order? You have no idea how they could be used as tools for anarchy and chaos, so you want to make monsters... You think other people are treating monsters like slaves, so you want to make them your slaves. This is
No, it's me,
This is more-
Getsis
yeah.
from Pokemon Black and
I
White.
was about to say this was more hypocritical than Team Plasma, and then I noticed Ketch has already mentioned them in the chat. I will let loose my monsters on you and show you trouble before a Starnies, because I introduced myself in the third person too. Oh my gosh, we're under-leveled, but...
I think it's pronounced Ostanes?
Yeah, I think these are all named after...
It feels like it should be like an accent like Pokemon.
I think they're all named after figures from... All the alchemists are named after figures from mythology, but I don't know. I've only ever heard of one.
I wish that I had like... I wish that I wasn't a few seconds behind watching the stream, because like, I really like voice acting.
Okay.
I can't like do it because it's too slow for me, so it's sad for me.
So I'd kind of like to do voice acting videos once. Like, I'd like to do this reading of this funny Thomas and Frank tweet I saw once, but I don't go on Twitter anymore because I saw something on April
Understandable.
today that made me never want to go on that wretched place ever again. Although I had to log back in so I could look at the Amatel Games Twitter.
I don't log in. I don't have a Twitter account, so when I see my Twitter experience is my friends show me a tweet.
Also, I get stuck on this a lot usually when I replay this game, so it might take me a few attempts. I'm trying to go through at least 10 more minutes, because usually these last about an hour.
What was I gonna say? Shit. Oh yeah, no, I really want more opportunities to voice act. Like, I really should do the next one of those, like, Pokemon Masters, but I voice all the characters because why not? That was fun.
I think there are a lot of YouTubers whose channel is just doing voice acting bits. Like, I can't remember what it's called now, but there's a channel that had, like, Pokemon anime clips if Pokemon could talk. Also, just remember something I wanted to say is that when, I remember when Pokemon Black and White we knew there was all these theories about if, like, Pokemon missions didn't happen because it was Team Plasma succeeded at making separate worlds for humans and Pokemon. And then, like, when Auros came out, people
Oh
said
yeah,
that,
I remember that.
if they were going to divert the meteor to the Pokemon missions in the world.
I mean, that was pretty clearly intended to be a reference to the pre-3DS games.
Yeah.
I don't know why they would think that. That was pre-3DS reference.
Because at the end of the Pokemon Dungeon Rescue Team, you have to save the world from the meteor. Yeah. Okay, I think
That just seems like a
I
coincidence.
think
Like,
I'm just gonna spend the last few minutes of this stream grinding and then wrap this up. Also, what's the pink corruption
Understandable.
catches? Also, I noticed that, like, when you go into the goblin part of this place, the Ancient Woods, they add some drums to the music, so that's cool.
water sure is refreshing.
What's JSAB?
Yeah, you're using words that us old fogies don't know.
And I don't know what Progid is either.
Kid, you gotta not do this to
Oh, I
us.
think I've heard
We're
of just-
old.
I
We
think
don't know
I've heard of
things.
just shapes and beats. Is that a rhythm game?
That might be a rhythm. That sounds like a rhythm game. The only thing that comes up when I type progid is something computer, something computers.
Prodigy.
Oh, Prodigy. Okay.
I don't
Or
know.
Prodigy? I don't remember any of these games. I remember hearing about that, but I don't remember anything about it.
We spent quite a while in here. I think a good
Yeah.
chunk of this stream was just spent in that puzzle room because, oh my goodness, that was really hard.
That sure was. Yeah, that was difficult.
Okay, so let's see. We did that decently. Got some levels. I'm trying to get everyone up to level 16 before we go back to fight Osantes. I'm going to have to come up with a witty nickname for him because I can't pronounce this. Oh, Prodigy is a math game, apparently. Or is it a maths game? There's a dialect thing, don't worry about it. I'm going to try getting into that room.
I mean, yeah, I get that.
Next to the Tree of Evolution. Also, is pronouncing it evolution or evolution
Math.
dialect thing? Also, I'm trying to get to. I'm also hoping that I can.
I feel like it would be. It's weird to me, like the idea of. I think it's evolution. I don't know if you pronounce it evolution. It sounds like you're talking about an evil evolution to me.
I mean, I've heard people say evolution as a joke. And also
it's just incorrect because that's an O. Why is it making it a long I sound to you?
And there's also the trope called evolutionary biologist. Oh, what about?
Evil.
I mean, there's a monster in this game that's sort of thematically similar to Eevee, but we won't be
It's
encountering it for a very long while.
The nickname for all of Eevee's evolutions collectively is Eeveelution.
I know,
but that's different from evolution.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Eevee noises.
And evolution. It's so confusing. I don't know. Scarlet and Violet have poisoned my mind. I only call them VVs now. Penny has poisoned my mind.
Okay. Oh, we got a mole bear egg. That's cool. I'm not sure if I'll add it to my team right away. Do you think this would now be a good time to wrap up the stream? Oh, I need my name for the mole bear.
Mole bear. I feel like there's a good name for this. My brain always blanks when it comes to naming things.
I only did this video now about how, called Every Time Things Have Evolved into Moles by Benji Thomas. He does a lot of paleontology videos. And at one point he says, don't go into rodent taxonomy, you will regret it. And then he also mentions mole
Oh, that reminds me.
crabs, and then someone says in the comments, mole crabs are peak evolution. Cabbage soup.
That reminds me of this one Tumblr post. It's like, why isn't polyamorous marriage legal? And it's not like any of those like religious or moral reasons. It's marriage law is so complicated already.
Well, I decided to combine two of Ketch's suggestions. So, Winnie the Soup.
I love that.
I was obsessed with Winnie the Pooh when I was little, and we have a lot of merchandise of it. Like, we get these glasses with some of the characters on them out every Christmas.
Mm.
And it also reminds me of this YouTuber I watch. I can't remember, it's called Ty Among Animals, and he works at an animal sanctuary and he pets black bears, and one of them's named Pooh. Okay, so next time in this live stream series, which will be on a Sunday at 4 PM BST, we will fight Osantes, or Santes, however you want to pronounce it, and finish off the Ancient Woods.
Birdman.
Until next time, stay interesting.